Race fans, and welcome aboard. Today, Pirate Broadcasting drops anchor way up in Michigan. I'll tell you, we had to cruise across the Great Lakes to get here, but we got here just the same. This is where we found the AARN Cup Series drivers. They want to be taking on this track at Michigan, the big 2-mile track. I'll tell you, we got 100 laps going on here today, and it's going to be a heck of a race. Right now, they are going out to do a little bit of qualifying. So we're going to follow along with a couple of these fellas there and see how they make out during their qualifying run. Right now, during practice, Shane Hatfield in the 34. He was the fastest car on the track. Take a look. Right now, Shane Hatfield is. During practice, it was actually Howard Peoples, first place, Chris Winstone, second, Zachary King, third place. He was the third quickest car. But right now, they're out there qualifying. It looks like Shane Hatfield's at the top of the field. No. Check that. Elijah Mulvin. No. Chris, check that. Chris Winstone. These guys are passing each other and they're not even racing yet. Chris Winstone in the 37. He's your fastest car on the track right now. But again, there's a lot of guys out there getting ready to qualify. So we're going to have to wait and see how this is all going to shake out. Elijah Mulpin's in second place right now at this moment in time. Then we have Matthew Richard. He's third quick at the moment. Joseph Essenberg. He's fourth quick in that number 10, Great Lakes Racing. Howard Peoples back in the 28. Actually, the 29 is what he's driving. He's on the ticker board for the 28, though. I'm not quite sure what's going on with that. But he is the, let's see, he's down in 10th position right now. We're going to have to keep an eye on that number, though. I don't know why he's coming up in the 28 in your ticker board, but he is actually driving the 29. He always drives the 29, so I'm not quite sure what's going on with that. Thaddeus Friel Jr. in the 98. He is out there trying to get some laps in that machine of his. But so far, it looks like these guys are all getting it done. Jason Thomas, he's up in the 6th place right now in the 88. Lucky Dog Racing Mustang. Daniel Dunaway in the 1. He's driving that Hooters car today. Good looking machine. Orange and white. Robert Hissong, 29. Okay, that's why Robert Hissong has the 29 here tonight. That's why Howard Peoples, even though he's got the 29 on his car, he is actually listed on the ticker board as the 28. Not quite sure what's going on with that, but we have two cars on the track that are listed as the 29, but Howard Peoples is actually the 28 on your ticker board. Not quite sure how that happened. We get that glitch every now and then. All right, we're going to take a quick look at the point standing. Well, before we do that, though, just want to make note, we are at Michigan, and we are going into Daytona next week. But right here today at Michigan, we are at 72 degrees Fahrenheit. 72% humidity. It's overcast, 9-mile-an-hour winds that may come into a little bit of a factor at this big 2-mile track. Now, the track length is 2 miles, but the track temperature right now is 80 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's not too slick right now. It's a little warm, but it's not hot by any means as far as being a problem for the drivers out there. So we're going to be able to get a good run. It should be fairly good traction for the cars, I do believe. I'm Art the Pirate Millen. I'm running the cameras and the announcing and a little bit of everything else behind the scenes. But right now, we're going to take a quick look and see if I can bring up. Just going to try to look and see if I can find it. Bear with me here, folks. Just looking for. We had AARN. I'll tell you, they have a lot of different programs on the go. They got ARCA. They got trucks, they have a little bit of everything. But right now, I will say that Sean Hughes in the Cup Series is the leader with let's see what we have. 852 points for Sean Hughes. He's in first place. Zachary King, second place, 850. Chris Romano, third place with 840. Coulter Clark, he is in fourth place. He has 812 points. Then we have Jordan White in fifth place with 778. Casey Gross bringing in 760 points for sixth place. Cameron Combs in seventh place, 754. Douglas Gallus in eighth place with 745. Elijah Mopin, 723. And Gregory Vadnas with 719 points, rounding out your top 10 as far as the points go here today. All right, we're going to take a quick look and see who is out there in the YouTube chat. Get rid of that. We don't need that. That's what I'm looking for. No one's in the YouTube chat at this moment in time. Hopefully we'll get some people out there getting ready to get this thing going. Right now, Casey Gross is out there trying to put some time in. He's in fourth place right now in that 77 Quantum Motorsports car. He's going to try to get around this track, try to move himself up the grid if at all possible. All right, a little bit more information about today. August 23rd, AARN Cup Series at Michigan. Again, 100 laps. We have 3 green-white checkers. We're running 60% fuel. Now, the boys tell me that's about 27 laps around the track here. We have 4 tire changes, 5 tires total. 1 set of tires on the car when they start the race, and then they're going to move over with 4 sets of tires in the pits ready to go and change as needed. We have no fast repairs. Some iRacing leagues have fast repairs. You go in, you have a problem with your car, you press a magical button, and all of a sudden you have a brand new car. There's no such thing here at the AARN Cup Series. I'll tell you, if you wreck your car, you're going to have your mechanics, your body men down there beating and banging on the fenders, working on the engine, trying to get you back out on the track as fast as possible. It may take a minute, it may take 10 minutes, it may take 20 minutes. It's hard to say how long the damage will take to get repaired, and it all depends on how bad you're damaged. All right, Jordan White, he is down out there as well. He's going to try to get some time in. He's sitting back there in the 22nd position right now. So we have, it looks like 24 cars ready to rock and roll this thing here at Michigan. But right now, Jordan White, he is the Jamaican. He is trying to get around this track, trying to get enough speed to move up the leaderboard. But I'll tell you, Zachary King, he is the Ideal Pass Management. I tell you, he's driving that 51. He is right now sitting on the leaderboard. He is your pole sitter as we continue to cycle these cars through and get them moving closer and closer to the start of the race. Jordan White, he's moved up into 16th position. That Whiplash SimCam's car, I'll tell you, we get our camera angles from Whiplash SimCams. It's absolutely awesome. They provide us with some amazing footage, so that way we can bring you some amazing photographs, such as the nose of the car, out the rear window, on top of the roof of the car, the left front suspension, the left rear suspension, the gyro inside the car, right front suspension, right rear suspension, sitting in the cockpit with the driver. Then we have multiple different angles across the screen. You can have anything that you want to see. Like, we even have our drones up in the area so we can fly around the car as they're getting ready to go. Whiplash SimCams, I cannot say enough about this company. They take good care of us. Alrighty, so we're getting ready to get this thing going. Now, as always, down in the lower left-hand corner, you will see, whoever I happen to be looking at, that's the car that you will see down in the lower left corner. Up in the upper right-hand corner, you will see the track map. You will be able to track your favorite driver on the track map to see where he is on the track at any given time. And, of course, across the top of the screen, we have our scrolling ticker. Make note, the 29 of Howard Peoples is shown as the 28 car. Just for tonight, because right now we have 2 number 29 cars on the track. So today, Howard Peoples is listed as the number 29 car. All right, we're going to get this thing ready to rock and roll. As I was saying before, they're all ready to qualify. They're all ready to get the grid going. Just waiting for everyone to get lined up. It looks like Zachary King is going to be your pole sitter tonight. This morning, not today, or not tonight. It's morning yet. Bright and early in the morning. Let's see if I can get a good camera here, folks. We are going to start with that. Why don't we start with that, ladies and gentlemen? Again, Zachary King, he is on the pole. Let's take a look. Zachary King on the pole. Chris Winstone on the outside. Row 2, Howard Peoples, Coulter Clark. Row 3, Thaddeus Friel, Casey Gross. Row 4, Joseph Essenberg, Gregory Vadnas. Row 5, Sean Hughes, Chris Romano. Row 6, that other 29 car, Robert Hisson, Elijah Mopin. Row 7, Andrew Cardinal, Matthew Richard, Jason Thomas, Jordan White. Row 9, Daniel Dunaway, Chad Fox. Row 10, Joe Conan, Corey Powell. Row 11, Douglas Scallis, Shane Hatfield. Row 12, Michael Ravilo and Cameron Combs. That will round out your field here today. We're just waiting for these guys to get lined back up again. Just waiting for the start of the race. We got a few things to do here, but we're just trying to get it nailed down. Also, down in the lower left-hand corner, you will see a pop-up. That'll be your action alerts. It's right above the car that I happen to be looking at. So that'll pop up every now and then to show you if someone gets a black flag, someone goes off the track, going to the pits, different things like that. So we've got pretty much everything all covered. We've got to get this thing ready to rock and roll. I'll tell you, these guys are going to get the race underway here directly. So yes, let's get this thing ready to rock and roll. Chris Winstone in 37. Zachary King is on the outside. Actually, he's on the inside. I apologize. It's too early in the morning for us up here. Way up north, I'll tell you, it's a rainy day up here. It's just miserable outside. It's a good day to be inside the booth doing this race. Well, there's the 51. There is Zachary King. I'll tell you, he is doing a good job. He's got that Mustang looking really good right there now. We're just going to go and get ready for the start of the race. We lost our track map. Bring that back up again. Not quite sure what happened to that. Need to do a reload. There we go. Got our track map back again. All right, we're ready to get rocking and rolling. Here we go. Alrighty, wave the flag. We are racing once again. Zachary King is out in front. We have Chris Winstone looking high on the outside. We have the 54, Coulter Clark. He's right there behind him trying to get something done. Howard Peoples is right behind Zach King. Then we have the 54. The 54 just snuck in there, Coulter Clark. He is trying to get up there. He's right beside Chris Winstone in the 37. He's looking tight on the inside, trying to see if he can get something happening. There he is. He's got a good run right there. Taking a look. We've got a good run right here. Looking really good here for these guys. Zachary King doesn't know whether to go high or low. He's trying to hold off both of them, trying to ride out of his rear view mirror. You take a look, he can see he's got these guys all over the place, but he also has them right there on the inside of him. I'll tell you, there's Howard Peoples. Never count Howard Peoples out. I'll tell you, that man has just started racing iRacing this year, that red Carolina wheel repair car. And I'll tell you, that guy can wheel a car. He is doing a really good job. He stays up in front. You never, ever, ever count out Howard Peoples, I'll tell you, at the start of the race or at the end of the race especially. All right, Zachary King right now, he's looking real good out in front. We are going around lap 3 The new fastest lap, Shane Hatfield in the 34. He's pretty quick, but it's all happening up front right now. A lot of stuff going on. A little bit further back, we're taking a look and see what's going on. They're pretty much all side by side. They're all looking fairly decent back here. No real issues that I can see right now. Everyone's kind of minding their P's and Q's, just kind of riding along. There's Corey Powell in the 92. He is the owner of everything Ideal. Ideal Pest Management, Ideal detailing, Ideal Construction. He has all kinds of things going on. I'll tell you what. But right now, Zachary King, he is out in front. He is looking good. But he does have Chris Winstone in the 37, still sticking right there with him. He is right there. You can see him right there behind the 51, Zachary King. Now, right now, you have that 54, Pit Stop TV. Now, Pit Stop TV is usually the one that takes care of the Sunday morning league. He wasn't available today. Actually, he's taking a day off because I'll tell you, Pit Stop TV is right there. Number 41, Andrew Cardinelli. He is the man. He owns Pit Stop TV. He's the broadcaster for this league as a rule. But today, he's in the car. He's back there at number 8. He's just moving his way slowly forward. He's looking pretty good. So instead of sitting in the booth, he wanted to take a day off and just go and have a little bit of fun, which I don't blame him. I'll tell you, I am an avid racer. I love racing, but I'll tell you, since I started broadcasting takes up all my time. I hardly ever get behind the wheel of the car anymore. But speaking of which, behind the wheel, this is Zachary King. We're going to ride around with Zachary King from his point of view. I'll tell you, going down the backstretch into turn 3, it looks pretty good right there. The long sweeping turn around into turn 4. Then we come down the front straightaway. You can see the flag stand right there, the red mark on the side of the wall. That is the flag stand right now. And then we're going down the straightaway, across the grandstands, into turn 1. It's again another long sweeping turn around the corner. We're going to go into turn 2, onto the back straightaway, and there you have it. You have a 2-mile run around this track here at Michigan. Backstretch to backstretch. Very good. All right, so here's another way to take a look at it. We're going to follow along with them as they get around the track. I lost my track map. I'm not quite sure. It's not showing on my screen here for some reason right in front of me, but you have it there, race fans, so it's all good. Here we go. We got turns 1. There's Zachary King and the crew coming around the corner. Oh, looking pretty good. Coming into turn 1 and 2. Down low with the open cab. Going out of turn 2. Onto the back straightaway. Get a little bit of a camera shake, but they are flying going through here. Turn 3, turns 3 and 4. Turn 4 around the corner. I'll tell you, they're all just flying out there. I'll tell you, again, Whiplash Sim Cams gives us some awesome camera angles. I've got about 45 different camera angles I can pick and choose from. It is awesome to have, let me tell you. Alrighty, so let's try the drones, shall we? Let's go up there with the drone camera. We'll get a little bit of an angle. Now you can take a look, because while I was showing all the different camera angles, Coulter Clark has jumped in front of Zachary King, and if you take a look from Zachary King's roof cam, well, you can't see much from that because that roof cam is out of focus. Obviously, he did a little bit of damage. He was going a little bit too fast, knocked the camera out of focus. So we'll go back. Howard Peoples, take a look at his roof cam. His roof cam is out of focus as well. Let's go back. We got to go back all the way to, let's see, Chris Winstone. Chris Winstone in the 37. His roof cam is still available. So we got his roof cam. It is looking good. It looks like the Ford Mustangs are having trouble with their roof cam. We've got to deal with the Chevrolets or the Toyotas. Now take a look. There is the run that he's getting. He's right there behind the 29. That is Howard Peoples. Howard Peoples is right in front of him. He's going to try to go by him on the inside. He's got to run. He's going to go by the 29. The 29s are going to put out a little bit of a fight. They are door to door. Right there, you see the red and yellow car up in the front. They are racing door to door. Howard Peoples does get ahead a little bit of the 37. The 37 does have the advantage going into the corner, though. He can hang down way low. Howard Peoples goes up high. He loses a lot of momentum going down low, but he does pull a lot of speed when he does come off the corner. So I have to make note, I do have a problem with the Mustang roof cams. But Chad Fox's crashed. Let's go back, take a look, see what happened to Chad Fox. Chad Fox had a problem. There he is right there in the 12. Looks like the 92 came up a little bit. Or he came down, I'm not sure. Can't call it myself from this angle. But it's all it took for him to get a little... Whoa, he's right into the wall. That's a heck of a hit. That'll cause some damage. Man, I'll tell you. Wow. That's a heck of a lick. Going for a ride. He is going for a ride in that machine. That thing is hurting. Trying to get it back under control. The front wheels locked and all the wheels locked. Trying to lock it up so then he can get it back under control. Get it started once again. Get it rolling. Get back on the track, and he's going to have to head down towards the infield to get it back into the pit lane. Get some work done on that number 12 car. All righty. Let's go back up with the leaders once again. Riding along with Coulter Clark up at the front. And I'll tell you what, we're going to try to go in here. We're going to try to do a real fast fix to try to fix that camera angle from Zachary King. See if I can grab onto that. No, it's definitely broken. It's definitely broken, folks. I can't do much of anything with that. That thing just wants to sit and spin. Well, I apologize for that, folks. We're going to jump out of there. The Mustangs do not have rooftop cameras anymore for this race. I do apologize. All righty. Thaddeus Fastius. Good luck to everyone there today. I like that. Thaddeus Fastius. There you go. He's in the YouTube channel. All right, there's Zachary King. He's coming out of the pit lane there now. Looking real good. He is ahead of Chris Winstone in the 37. We have the 54, Coulter Clark. Howard Peoples in the 28, which is the 29 on the car, but the 28 on your ticker board. The 24, Gregory Vadas. Howard Hissong in the 29. That is the 29 on the racetrack as well. 29-29. Then we have Casey Gross in 7th, Chris Romano in 8th, Andrew Cardinelli in the 9th place, and Joseph Essenberg in 10th. But right now, it's all about Zachary King. He is sitting out in front. That's where he likes to be. Getting all that nice clean air. I can get his nose. I can't even get his nose. Oh my goodness, all his camera angles are shot. Wow. Anything at all for that Mustang. Oh my goodness, that's unfortunate. Man, I'll tell you what, I don't think I can fix it on the fly. I may try to go in there the next caution if I have time after I show you the wreck. If I have time, I'll try to go in there and try to manually fix that. But I'll tell you, I've pretty much, whenever I have that problem, I usually have to go in, go down to the pits, talk to the mechanics and say, listen, you got to get that camera fixed on the roof of your car. I can only do so much on the camera angles. You got to get down there and talk to the body man. Actually, the body man is the guy that's in control of all the body features on these cars. And when one of these cameras come loose, it just flies all over the place. It's the little bracket that holds it in place, and I'll tell you, with the wind that they are generating, the speed that they're generating, it just knocks that camera around. It's just like one of those blow-up dolls you see at the side of the road. You know what I mean? They got the air in them and they're flying around and saying, come on in, come on in. Well, I'll tell you, when you want to look at the camera angle right in front of you, you do not want to see the sky bouncing around like that. Alrighty, we're going to get this thing ready to rock and roll once again. Zachary King is your leader. Chris Winstone on the inside this time. Zachary King decided to go on the outside for the restart. He's thinking he got a little bit more traction. He has Howard Peoples right behind him there. Then you also have Coulter Clark in the 54. He's right there behind Chris Winstone. We're going to watch and see how this is going to get going. Going to go back up with Barney in the flag stand. Pace car's about to pull off. Oh, I can't even do the flag stand. Oh, my goodness gracious. This is not good. I'm going to have to go out there and fix that, folks. But we'll wait till the next caution to try to go get that fixed up. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are racing once again. We got the ever underway. Howard Peoples is jumping into second place. He got a little bit of a jump over top of the 37. Chris Winstone, not much, a little bit. He's really fighting hard on the outside. He does be able to get in front of the 37. There's the 29 right there. We got two 29s up front again. The 29 in front, that's Howard Peoples. He's 28 on your ticker. The 29 in fourth place, that is Robert Hissong. Now, you have the 37. He is taking away from Howard Peoples. He has got a good run. He is looking good out in front of Howard Peoples as he gains on the back end of that 51. I do believe I got the roof cam on that. No, I do not. I lost the roof cam on all the cars. Wow. I do apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to have to do a little bit of technical difficulty repair. But right now, we've got a run. These guys are up front. Howard Peoples, Zachary King, Chris Winstone. They are all vying for position, trying to get up to the front of the track if they possibly can. They're all looking. 37's going left, right. He doesn't know where he wants to go. He's going to take the low side. He's going to get a good run on the 51. He's got a good run on the 51. There he goes. 29 slides into third place. There is Zachary King. He's going to come back, try to get it back. He does. On the inside, going around the turn, going around turns 3 and 4. The 37's right on his back bumper, though. Trying to get up there if he possibly can. The 54, the 29, the 29, two 29s. They're all right there. Trying to get ahead if he possibly can. Man, I'll tell you what, I'm really missing my roof cams because I'd be able to get some good footage probably. There's the 54, though. 54 is going around on the outside. He is looking good. That's Coulter Clark. Drops down inside of Howard Peoples. He is on the move. He is slowly weaving his way through the crowd, trying to get that 54 back up to the front. He lost a little bit of momentum right there. Howard is right there behind him. Zachary King has jumped out in front. He's still trying to maintain that lead over top of all these other guys. But you have a lot of stuff going on. You have the two matching cars back here of the 37 and the 41. They're both Pit Stop TV cars. At 41, Andrew Cardinelli, he is the owner of Pit Stop TV and also Whiplash Sim Camps. He is the owner of both of these. I'll tell you what, he's the man that I got to see, and I'll tell you, he takes good care of me as far as getting our Whiplash Sim Cam camera angles. Although we have a problem with our roof cams and a few of the other cameras there today, I am going to have to try to go in as soon as I get a chance. As soon as we have a caution, they all come in pit lane. I'm going to jump in there, and I'm going to try to fix that up. I do apologize, but it is what it is. Sometimes you got to go with the flow. I'll tell you what, though, there's a 75. The 75 is on the move. That is Sean Hughes. He is there on the inside, 3 wide. He's making it happen in that purple machine. Coming down around the corner. That's looking good. That Spark 75 bright purple machine. He is moving his way up. He's up in the 6th position. Just got by Andrew in the 41, the 77. of Casey Gross. There's the 44 of Chris Romano. Chris Romano is slowly moving back himself up as well. That's all looking really good as they move forward. Oh, we got spun around. Spun around, 44. Chris Romano, he's into it. Oh, more cars are into it. Got lots of action. That is Friel crash. Let's take a quick look. That is Friel. Get the 41 down into the side of him. That's the 98. That's Thaddeus Friel going down there sideways. The main one was Chris Romano. I'll tell you what, we'll go along quarter speed. That 44 Sim Magic car into the wall. The 41 get clipped. He got down around sideways in front of everyone. I'll tell you what, that 44 just sitting there spinning in the middle of the track. You get all kinds of guys coming up on him. Again, if I had the rooftop camera angles, we'd be able to get some good camera angles there. There's the 24. He's coming up, old number 7, into the wall as well. Wow. Wicked hit. Casey Gross got hit as well. Let's take a quick look, see what happened to Casey Gross. There he is there. In the 77. Oh, we got nailed again from the 88. Matthew Richard. Let's take a look. See Matthew Richard? He's down there trying to avoid everybody. Couldn't quite get it down under control. Back up, hit the 41. He got nailed. Wow, we got mayhem everywhere. All right, folks, we're going to go back out. We're going to go and see. We're going to try to deal with Zachary King. All right, if you don't like screen action, do not look at my screen here for a moment. I'll tell you what, I'm going to try to fix this camera angle up in front. Bear with me, I apologize. Let's see if I can get this done. See if I can get this nose camera back under control. I'm trying to see if I can make it happen. Hold on a second, folks. I'm going to go back to this for a second. All right, folks, we're going to try to get this fixed really quick while they're in the pit lane. Just bear with me. Don't look at the camera if you do not like it. Oh, where I'll go. Okay, there we go. We got that back under control. I think we got that under control. Let's take a look. Go through the field. Huh, that's an upside down with camera. Okay, we got a couple camera angles here that aren't quite right. We're going to see if I can get it back under control here. Just a moment. No, it's not really working, but at least we're not all over the board now. Hold on a second there, folks. Trying to get this thing underway. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. We do have this a little bit of a problem, a little bit of a glitch here today. This is not working very well for us. I will tell you what. We will get this back underway again. We are having a heck of a job here trying to get these things back under control. Now I've got that stuck. I'm not quite sure what's going on. Hang on, folks. I'll be right back after identification. All right, folks, we are back underway again. I do apologize. We have got some definite issues here with our system here today. We are back up in front, though. Chris Winstone is back up in front of this thing. He's got the 51. Zachary King fighting on the inside, trying to get it done. Lap 26 out of 100. There he goes. He's got a good run. He is going to drive away right now. The 37 is going to be left sitting there wondering what happened, because I'll tell you that Zachary King 51 machine is really quick here today. Although Sean Hughes, he has worked his way up in the third position. He's doing a good job. But Howard Peoples is right there behind him, trying to do a little bit of catch-up. Now, again, I don't think I got all my camera angles fixed. I don't think that I can show you a whole lot of camera angles from the roof cam. I'm not quite sure. Let's take a quick look. Well, I got that camera angle. So I got a little bit of camera angles right there. All right, let's go back to what we want to see, though. Zachary King. Zachary King is up in front. He is doing a heck of a good job here today. Lap 27 out of 100. Coming around the track. He looks really good in that machine out in front. I'll tell you what, Sean Hughes is right there in the third place in that purple machine. Howard Peoples is back there in fourth. Boulder Clark is in their fifth position in the 54 car. All right, we're going to try to go through and take a quick look at all these cars if I possibly can. There is Zachary King, the 51 Ideal Pest machine, good looking car. Chris Winstone in the in the 37, Chris Winstone, Pit Stop TV, Toyota Camry. That's a good looking car as well all day long. Then we have Sean Hughes in the purple 75 Spark car. Howard Peoples, Carolina Wheel Repair, that red machine, 29. It's number 28 on your ticker, but it's a good-looking Carolina Wheel Repair. Then we have Coulter Clark in the 54, another Pit Stop TV car. Then we have Jordan White. He is driving the Whiplash SimCam car here today, the 83. Again, he's our Jamaican from the beautiful island of Jamaica. I absolutely love Jamaica. I plan on being there in October. But then we have the 29, the actual 29 car, Ford Mustang. That is Robert Hisson. He's driving Stealth Arms SA car. Then we have Joseph Essenberg. We have that number 10, Joseph Essenberg, Great Lakes Racing. That's a good-looking car as well. Daniel Dunaway in the 1. He's driving that Hooters car, orange and white. Sharp-looking car, moving its way up into 9th position. Casey Grouse in the 77, Quantum Motorsports, the Big Q. Then we have Douglas Scouts in the 16. That is Bully Dog Coffee Machine. They are our sponsor here for the race today, Bully Dog Coffee. I'll tell you what, on the ship, we can only drink grog for so long. The way things are going this morning, you'd be thinking that we had a rough night of grog last night. But we really need that Bully Dog Coffee this morning to kind of get everything all straightened out, and away we go. Okay, Joseph Cohn. He is in the 72, Great Lakes Racing. That is a good-looking machine there as well. Thaddeus Friel in the 98. That URD, Veterans and Affiliated. I can't quite read that. That's terrible. Then we have Corey Powell in the 92. Corey Powell, Pit Stop TV, Ideal Pest. I'll tell you what, Ideal Pest, he's got it all. Jason Thomas in the 88. That is a good-looking machine right there. AARN. Lucky Dog Racing on the side of that machine. Elijah Mopin in the 66. Ideal Pest car. Good looking machine there, that Ford Mustang. Chris Romano in the 44. He just had that accident there earlier. The car's looking good though. They had the body man work on that car and get it all straightened out. It looks better than what it did almost when he started the race. Then we have Shane Hatfield in the 34. Great Lakes Racing. That's a sharp looking Toyota Camry as well. Matthew Richard. Doesn't look like he's on the track right now. Michael Rovolo in the number 2. That is a sharp-looking car there. By Huggers, number 2. Then we have Gregory Vadnas. I don't see him on the track any longer. Andrew Cardinelli. Don't see him on the track as well. Cameron Combs. I don't see him on the track either. Chad Fox. I believe he's in the pits. That number 12. I'll tell you what, Fox's Appliances, that car is in rough shape. It's still smoking away. All right, Zachary King, back up to the front of the pack. I'll tell you, he has got a good run happening here today. He's got a strong car. It's been strong all day long. 34 laps out of 100. And I'll tell you, he is doing a really good job with that machine. He's got Howard Peopleson right on his back door. Just going to try it. Nope, doesn't work. Doesn't work. So those Ford Mustangs still have the cameras out of whack. I think it was Sean Hughes possibly that I have a roll bar cam. Yes. Okay, so Sean Hughes, I still have camera angles. So it all depends on what the car is. That is the Camaros. Of course, the Chevrolets never give me a problem. It's always the Fords, right? There you go. Yes. See, yeah, we got all our good camera angles are all lined up for the Chevrolets. I'll tell you what, go back down to Joe Cohen. His car is working good. Robert, his song, nope, driving a Ford. Alrighty. So there you go, the 72. That is Joe Cohen. He is back there in the 12th position. He's trying to struggle to get back up. There's Douglas Scalise right in front of him in that Ford Mustang. But meanwhile, up in front, Zachary King, he is doing the job, I'll tell you. Zachary King, Howard Peoples, Chris Winstone, Sean Hughes, Coulter Clark, Jordan White, and I believe Robert Hissong. They are your top drivers, top 7 drivers right now at the front of this field. Then you get back into Daniel Dunaway. He's leading this second pack in the Hooters car. He's got Casey Gross looking on the inside. These guys are all back here, and basically the second pack going around the track. They're all trying to see if they can get up there as possible. But they need to bunch it up. I think on this 2-mile track, you're going to have to deal with a little bit of the drafting impact. So if they can get nose to tail, they can pick up another couple miles an hour. They'll be able to possibly catch up to the front pack. But right now, the way that they're racing, they're all over the board. 2-3 wide, they're all looking around the corner at each other. That's not going to get them further up in the field. Now back a little bit farther, Thaddeus Priel in the 98. He's down low with the 72. Joe Cohen, he's looking to see if he can move forward. That is a Ford. Okay, but then we have Joe Cohen. I believe he is a Chevrolet. So let's take a look at his roof cam. There is the 98 on the inside. Taking a look, he is going to move forward in that Ford Mustang. Take a look, he's right there in front of him. He's snuck in front of Joe Cohen, 72. Joe also has right behind him Corey Powell. Corey Powell driving that Mustang as well. So I get the Mustangs. The Mustangs have their cameras working, so that's a good thing. But meanwhile, up in front, Chris Winstone is down on the low side. I'll tell you what, Zachary King's just driving away. He's got 3/4 of a second over top of Chris Winstone in the 37. They got Coulter Clark. He's going to vie for a position. He's going to try to take away that second place position. And he does, and Chris Winstone tucks in behind him. But there is Howard Peoples. Howard Peoples is going to go on the outside, sneak in and try to get that position as well. He's right there on the outside of the 37, doing the crossover, looking to see if he can get up there. Not really working for him. Now, Toyota Camry, Chris Winstone. Let's see, do I have the rear camera in this machine here as well? The Toyotas are working as well. So if you own a Ford today, your cameras are broke. That's all I can say. Sorry, folks. Ford cameras are broke. Well, no, well, maybe not all of them. Some of the Toyota cameras are broke as well. All right. It is what it is. I tried to fix it up a little bit, but it's just too much to do during the middle of a race. And I'm not going to break up the race just to work on a couple camera angles. So we're going to watch what we can with what we have to deal with today. I just have to make note that Chevrolets are perfect. The Chevrolet camera angles are perfect anyway. I don't know about the cars, I don't know about the drivers, but my Chevrolet cameras are working properly and perfectly fine. Meanwhile, out in front, there we go. Mr. King Machine flying by, Coulter Clark, Chris Winstone. Here's the second group coming, but there is what we want to look at. Man, I'll tell you what, this first group coming by here, I think we need to crank it up a something. What do you think? Let's crank her up, boys. There's a little bit of crank up action for you. I'll tell you what, these cars look and sound awesome getting around this racetrack the way they are running here today. They're all doing a very good job. We got a breakaway, 3 cars, Zachary King, Coulter Clark, Chris Winstone. They are breaking away a little bit from Howard Peoples. Howard Peoples is back there a little bit farther, not much, but we have a little bit of a breakaway for these top 3 cars. Then we have 4 cars behind them. But I'll tell you, back Casey Gross back here leading this second pack. He has got a little bit of a run to go. You can see the leaders way in the distance going around that turn. He is right now 4.2 seconds behind Jourdain White. Jourdain White's with that second group. Man, I'll tell you, they are just driving away. This pack here, they are hurting a little bit. They're all staggered out. They all need to get caught up to each other, get in a line, and make the draft work for themselves so they can get some speed. But I'll tell you, it's kind of hard to get done. Everybody wants to run a different line. Meanwhile, up in front, Zachary King, he is fighting with Coulter Clark. Coulter Clark is on the outside. Zachary King's doing a little bit of wobble. They are door to door. We'll take a look. Coulter Clark, I can get you a good camera angle right there. Not that one. Woo, we're close there. There we go. There's how close he was. He was right inside the car with him. Right inside the car. You can't get any closer than that. I'll tell you what. Man. Oh, man. Beating and banging, crashing. Oh, that was beating and banging. Coulter Clark went into the wall. We're just going to back that up. There was no caution on that, but let's go take a look. I'll tell you, these guys are just beating and banging side by side. Go down. Let's take a look and see if I can get a good angle. They are right there, beating and banging on each other. No wonder the camera angle was so tight. He was right in the front seat with Zachary King, trying to squeeze on down. They're trying to squeeze up on each other. Look how close they are. They're right into each other. Coming up on the back end of that Toyota. Beating and banging. The 51's right there. The 54 on the outside. Zachary King low. Oh, then that's when he let go. Maybe locked it up a little bit to avoid the back end of that car. Right into the wall. Looked like it ripped the front fender off him. Wow. That's not good for the 54. All right, let's go back up to live. He is in the pits right now. He came into pit lane trying to get some work done on that car. That front end is bad. A lot of damage. Wheeling the wheel back and forth. Okay. Let's go back up with live racing. Got to get this back up to speed. Lap 47. It is Howard Peoples out in the lead of this thing. He's got Robert Hissong just jumped up in the lead. 29. There's the 83 of Jourdain White. He is right there as well. Fighting with Howard Peoples. We're going to have to go back, take a look. Howard Peoples is backing off a little bit on the outside. That gives the room for Jourdain White to jump ahead. Lap 48 as we go across the stripe. Man, I'll tell you, that 29, Robert Hissong. He is now in the lead. He is going to do a good job. Zachary King is regulated back a little bit. He's back in the 4th position. Trying to do a little bit of a catch-up now. But I'll tell you, Robert Hissong is now in the lead. The 83, Jourdain White. Howard Peoples in 3rd. Zachary King 4th. Casey Gross is in 5th. Now, with all this action that they had going on, I'm just wondering, back here, Joseph Essenberg, David Daniel Dunaway, I believe that this second group of cars have caught up a little bit to the front pack. Not quite sure. I got to jump in the right car because I got to make sure that I look at the right car to see where they are. There we go. They are actually right now, he is 6 seconds, Daniel Dunaway in the one. He's 6 seconds behind the leader. So right now, the leaders are the top 4 cars. That is the 51, Zachary King. He is ahead of Casey Gross by 4 seconds. Casey Gross in 5th place. He is now 4 seconds behind Zachary King, who is in 4th place. Alrighty, so we have Colton Clark, Elijah Mopin. They are both in the pits. They're both getting some service done. Let's see, Chad Fox is still in the pits. He's still smoking, unfortunately. Man, that thing is still on fire. Wow. All right, Robert Hissong, though, in the 29, lap 50. Stealth Arms, Field Arms. It is a good-looking car. He is out in front. He's got Jordan White by 0.3 of a second. Howard Peoples, he has by 1.5 seconds. Howard Peoples just coming into pit lane, as well as Zachary King. They're coming in slow, trying to slow it down. They don't want to be caught on pit lane speeding. They're coming into their pit lane. We're going to follow along here for a moment. Lap 51 out of 100. They're both about halfway. Everyone's about halfway right now. So we're going to wait and see. You can be able to see both cars at the same time. They're both taking outside tires. Both taking inside tires. A full tank of Sunoco fuel. They're going to be out onto the track. Here we go. Just cruising back out onto the track. All right, that means Robert Hissong is still out in the front. Now let's take a quick look pit strategy. Robert Hissong has been out there for 28 laps. Now again, folks, we're getting about 27, 28, 29 laps to a tank of fuel. So I'm assuming Robert's going to have to come in here right soon to get fuel, possibly tires, probably tires. Jordan White as well, I do believe. Take another quick look. I believe Jordan White, it looks like all these guys, White, Friel, Essenberg, Dunaway, Conan, Howell, Gross, King and Peoples, they just came in. So they are good. They are good to go. But everybody else, it is the top 7 drivers. They're all going to have to come in to get some service done. Now, there's the 29. He's coming around. He's right now going on to the back straightaway. There's a good shot of the back straightaway. They're all coming by. Looking good. But right now, that 29 machine, there's Howard Peoples going around him. He's not coming in this time. Oh, he is. He is coming in. Okay, Jordan White's going to follow him in. Jordan White's going to pass him on the way in. Got a little bit more run coming into pit lane. Hopefully he wasn't caught for speeding. The 83 is out in front of the 29. Now the trick is not to slide through your pits. You want to make sure that you slide into your pits properly. Looks like Jordan White had to back up just a little bit. He was a little bit hot coming into his pit. They're both up on the outside, taking tires on the outside. They're both taking tires on the inside. Looks like Jordan White's a little bit quicker. But there we go. Oh! The 29 got into the back end of the car in front of him as he was trying to leave the pits. I don't know if that really caused a problem or not. But he was able to get out of the pit lane. Jordan White right behind him. So they're going to cycle through, see where they're going to end up on the track as they get around. Here we go. Robert Hissong came back out, but Zachary King and Howard Peoples was able to get by him. So they are back on the lead lap, and Zachary King is back in the lead of the race. Robert Hissong has dropped into 3rd place. They had such a good lead going into pit lane. So that way, when they came back out of pit lane, they really didn't lose a whole lot. They're in 3rd, and Jordan White is in 4th. So they're all sitting pretty good right now. I'll tell you. Let's see. Jordan White, he's back there. He's driving a Camaro. We might be able to see. No, can't see the roof of his car. No, he's driving a Toyota Camry. Okay, Camry's having trouble. I thought it was Camaro. We got Camrys back in the back. And we have 2 Fords up in front. So I do not have any camera angles for the guys up in front, unfortunately. Again, the Fords are not acting well for me. The Toyotas are so-so. The only thing that's pretty much reliable, Chevrolet, brother. Yes, sir. The Chevy is doing good for the camera angle. Okay. That is fast. It's going back to the YouTube channel. I am so sorry, Chris Romano. That was a little bit earlier on that. MNO66 Racing, crank it up. Lillian King, let's go King 51. Lillian King says, let's go Powell 92. Alrighty, good to see you guys back in the channel again. It's been a while since I've been in here. I apologize to both of you guys, or all three of you guys, because again, my camera angles are a little bit wonky here today. I had a real cool joystick attachment to it, so that way I could control the angles of the cameras while we're racing. And it's been causing to be more problems than little. I mean, it's really, really cool when it works. But I'll tell you, if it gets hit at all or out of whack at all, it just changes the whole perspective. And now, unfortunately, all my camera angles need to be reset on the Fords, and some of the Toyota cameras need to be redone. Now, if you're driving a heavy Chevy, like this one, we seem to have pretty good camera angles. This is what we're supposed to be seeing, folks. We're supposed to be seeing all these really cool camera angles from all the cars, not just the Chevrolets. But it is what it is. There's Chris Romano. Chris Romano driving the 44. He's back there in 14th position right now. He's got a little bit of struggling to do to get himself back up a little bit. Let's take a look at the NASCAR ticker. Because Chris Romano, right now, as you take a look, he is back one lap down. He's the first car lap down. So we have another caution. Chris Romano will get the lucky dog. So he'll be sitting in good shape. Now, lap 58 out of 100. We have got lap 59 now. So we have 41 more laps to go to make this thing happen. So we're going to have to watch as things get around the track. But right now, Howard Peoples has worked his way up into the lead. He has gotten by Zachary King. He is working on the inside of the lap cars now, trying to get himself a little bit farther ahead, if at all possible. Trying to make that machine of his work. Again, 29 on the side of the car, 28 on your ticker. He's going by the 54 pit stop TV car, Coulter Clark. Coulter Clark's a lap down or two. Gets in behind, trying to get a little bit of a push there. Didn't quite get it done. He's there trying to fight for position, trying to stay on the, trying not to go down another lap is what he's trying to do. Because again, Coulter Clark, I believe he is right now, he's in the 18th position, but he's actually 11 laps down. So he's in trouble. I mean, he's not really a contender to anyone at this moment in time. Now, Zachary King and Jordan White, Howard Peoples was dealing with the 54. Jordan White and Zachary King had the opportunity to get by and move ahead. Now, the 54 is still working hard to stay up there. He's really racing these guys pretty hard for being multiple laps down. But you do what you got to do. You do what you have to do, without a doubt. That's all you can do. Let's go back up to our drone cam, see if I can get a good drone angles. There is the 54. He's right there in the back end of Zachary King. Trying to stay up ahead of the leaders, saying, you know, even though I'm laps down, I can definitely run with you guys. But it is Zachary King jumping out in front. There's Jordan White in the white Whiplash SimCam car. Again, Whiplash SimCams gives me all these camera angles. Now, the messed up cameras is not the fault of Whiplash SimCams. It's 100% me. I got my my camera got hit. And yeah, the Fords and the Toyotas, the Fords and some of the Toyotas are not quite the way that they're supposed to be. I'll blame it on all the accidents they had a little bit earlier, which, by the way, we have had. According to our ticker, we've had 2 cautions for 6 laps. We've had 10 lead changes. Right now, Zachary King is in the lead on lap 62, about to make it 63 out of 100 as we go across the stripe, coming down. When I'll tell you, we have got some racing going on here. The guys are all over the track trying to get it done. But I will say, up in front, Zachary King all day long has been a really, really good fast driver. Now let's take a look and see the fastest 5 last laps. Jordan White was the fastest. He's in second place, 38.78. Chris Romano, he was fast as well. Lap position 14, 38.91. So these guys are just going through, making some really good time no matter where they are on the track. Some of these guys are really, really fast. Unfortunately, they are possibly in the front, possibly many laps down. It doesn't matter. Some days you're the bug, some days you're the windshield, I guess you might say. Sometimes you're fast and sometimes you're slow, and sometimes you get kind of stuck in the middle and you don't know what to do with it. And that's the way some of these guys are. Like I say, Chris Romano back there in the 44. I believe he's the first car a lap down. Again, he's waiting to hopefully have a caution that he is not involved in, so that way he can work his way back up to the lead lap and be once again in contention for this race. His car looks really good right now. Again, he was involved in that accident a little bit earlier, the last one we had, the last caution. So we're hoping that he's going to be able to possibly catch a caution. Sorry about that. Catch a caution and see if he can move up a little bit farther at the end of this race. Because yes, he's in 14th place. He's the first car a lap down. Thomas in the 88. He's down 2 laps. Hatfield down 3. Ravello down 10. Clark is down 11. Mopin's in the pits. Richards in the pits. Vadnais is in the pits. Cardinelli's in the pits. He's actually out. Combs is out. Fox is still in the pits. Well, I'll tell you, he's still smoking. He is pretty much out of it. Zachary King, though, up in front. Jordan White right there with him. He is all trying to get up there if at all possible. That Toyota Camry, I don't know if I have a nose cam or not. Yes, I still have a nose cam on the Toyota Jordan White. And I don't know if I have a rear view camera. I do have a rear view camera on Jordan's Toyota. Jordan's camera in the rear window. Looking at the rear window, it looks pretty good. You can see Chris Winstone in the distance. He's back there 3.9 seconds. Howard Peoples is back there 4.5 seconds though, so he's even farther back. Take a look. There's Chris Winstone. And there's Howard Peoples. And then we have Thaddeus Friel. He is back another 2 seconds behind Howard Peoples. And Robert Hissong right there, he is right there behind Thaddeus Friel. Now, the 29 was up there contending for a while, but now he is regulated back to the 6th position. He's got to do a little bit of work to get back up there because he is 7.8 seconds behind the leader. So he's really got to do some pedaling to get that car back up into contention where he wants it to be. All right, Zachary King, he is doing a good job up in front, making it look easy. Lap 68 of 100, but there's Jordan White on the inside of him. Jordan is trying to see if he can make it happen. He is slowly working his way up in front. Now, it's these two guys up in front. Chris Winstone is 4.6 seconds behind. So, it's all about these two at the front of the pack. It is Zachary King, Jordan White, the American against the Jamaican. I'll tell you, they are doing all that they can possibly do. They're all doing a good job, though. The entire field is Daniel Dunaway. He's back there in the 1. He's back in 10th position right now. He's 18 seconds off the lead. Corey Powell in the 92. He's back in 12th. He's 18.7 seconds behind the leaders. Chris Romano, it appears Chris Romano is still 1 lap down, but he is 46 seconds behind the lead. Again, that includes being down a lap as well, because I think they're getting around this track in about 42, 43 seconds. You take a look at the battle box, just to take a look. Chris Romano is right there. I don't even see the leaders in comparison to Chris Romano. We go up to Zachary King for a moment. No, I don't even see him there, so it's not even an issue right now, because Zachary King has Sean Hughes right in front of him. Sean Hughes is 0.7 seconds in front of Zachary King. I'll tell you, when Zachary King gets by John Hughes. John Hughes would be the first car one lap down. There's he is going by the two. The two is just riding along in the apron. That's Michael Avillo. He's just coming back out of pit lane. He's got a good-looking car. Michael is back there a little ways, though. I do believe he's in 18th position right now, but he's 12 laps down. So I'll tell you, this is a hard track. This Michigan track has been a hard track for a lot of these guys. Caution is out, though. Shane Hatfield was crashed. Let's take a look, see what happened to Shane. Go up in the drone camera there. Let's run around quarter speed. Not quite sure what happened to him. He may have just came down to a slowdown. He's down on the low side, down on the apron. Not quite sure. He's at the end of pit lane, going on to the back straightaway. It's saying he crashed, but I don't really see an issue. Go back up to full speed. It looks like he just came to a stop. And because he came to a stop on the track, I believe that's what brought out the caution flag. Man, I'll tell you what, that is exactly what I believe Chris Romano was looking to see. I don't think Sean Hughes got past, so I believe we'll have to take a look and watch him cycle through. There we go. The leader's coming in. Zachary King's all coming in. All these guys are coming in now into pit lane. King, White, Winstone, Friel, Peoples, Hisson, Gross, Hessenberg, Stigalis, the one Dunaway, Conan. They're all coming into pit lane as we speak. We're going to take a quick look and see. We're still under yellow, so we don't know what the pit is, but there we go. Chris Romano's down 1.15. No, I'm not. We have to wait and see. I don't know if Chris Romano got his lap back or not. There was a race off a pit lane, though. Zachary King got a little bit over top of Jordan White. So it looks like Zachary King is going to stay on the lead lap as the leader. Jordan White in second place. Thaddeus Field third. Chris Winstone fourth. Casey Gross came out fifth. Daniel Dunaway came out sixth. Joe Vessenberg seventh. Joe Conan eighth. Douglas Scallis came out ninth. And Corey Powell came out 10th. Howard Peoples is still in the pits. He is still in the pits. Man, I'll tell you, he's in there quite a while. I'm not quite sure. Did he get caught for speeding possibly on pit lane? I'm not 100% sure. He's still sitting in there. Sean Hughes is still sitting in there. Chris Romano's just coming out of the pits. Robert Hitzog is still in the pits. Jason Thomas is still in the pits. Not quite sure why these guys are all coming out. There's Sean Hughes is coming out. Robert Hitzog is coming out. There's Jason Thomas. Howard Peoples is still in the pit lane, folks. He's been in there for 1:26. Howard Peoples is coming out now. So I think he might have been getting some repairs done. Either that or he was serving a penalty. I'm not quite sure. But he's coming out of the pits. He's coming out ahead of the leader. So I don't think he's going to go down a lap. I don't believe. But I could be wrong. He could be down one lap now. Because Howard Peoples was in the pits for 1:26 seconds. So that's an awful long time in the pits. Not quite sure what's going on with that. But don't count Howard Peoples out. You never count out Howard Peoples. I'll tell you what. That Carolina wheel repair car, it is fast. And that man can wheel a car. I tell you, I'm very impressed. Again, I believe he was saying he just started iRacing last year. Or around Christmas time or something like that. Like, 6 or 8 months ago. And I tell you, I watched this guy get around the track, and he does a heck of a job wheeling that 29 machine around this track. Or any track. Or even if he's in the half-ton. I'm sure he'd be a contender if he was riding a bicycle. If he was in a bike race, he would be a contender. No matter what this guy drives, he seems to be just a natural. I think he's going to go quite a little ways in this iRacing deal. Because he's always somebody to keep an eye on whenever he's on the track racing. Doesn't matter what league, doesn't matter what car, truck, whatever. He's a good driver. Right now he's at the back of the pack, though. We're going to go back up, see if I get the flag stand. Flag stand's back again. The camera's up a little high. Barney's waving the flag, though. We are racing once again. We have got Zachary King out in front. He is jumping ahead of Thaddeus Friel and Jourdain White. Jourdain White's back in third place. That is Thaddeus Friel. Haven't talked too much about Thaddeus. He is up there racing along beside 83. The little tap, little door action, side by side. There we go. We got a little bit of car weaving and going around back there. They're all trying to see if they can get position. Romano is back on the lead lap, though. Peoples is on the lead lap, 13th position. Powell's on the lead lap. Thomas in the 15th position. He is the first car 2 laps down. But everybody else is on the lead lap, which is all good. I was wondering about Howard Peoples. But Zachary King driving away from Joseph Essenberg and Jourdain White. They were back there arguing and fighting. Not arguing really, but they were beating and banging on each other. So that gave the opportunity for Zachary King to drive away, and drive away he did. Jourdain White's got to do some hustling to try to catch up. Did I say I had front camera on that nose cam? Yes, I do. There's an idea. Jourdain White from his nose cam looking at the back end of Zachary King as he drives away from the pack. Man, I'll tell you what. We've got everybody else back there a little bit farther trying to do catch-up. They all look pretty good. They're all weaving and bobbing them a little bit. But they are trying to slowly move ahead. This is a fairly wide track in Michigan. They've got lots of racing room. I'll tell you, but when they all try to get into the high side or the low side, it gets real narrow real quick. But up in front, we've got some action going on. Zachary King has got Jourdain White slowly starting to reel him in. He's 7/10 of a second behind. Douglas Gallus now. Douglas is up in the front here as the laps count down. 23 laps to go. Douglas is up in third place. He is up there trying to see if he can get something going. Not sure if he has a nose cam. No, he does not. The Ford Mustang, of course. The Mustang, the Fords are causing me all the problems here today. Douglas taps the wall, goes down low, corrects it back up to where he was before. A heck of a run for Douglas. We got inside cameras in these Mustangs, though. You can take a look at out the front with the windshield cam. From the driver cam, I guess you might say. But other than that, we have got some action going on. Right in the back, Sean Hughes back in 6th position in that purple Spark machine. He is right there on the back end of that 29, trying to get it done if he possibly can. He's looking on the outside. He's right there behind the Stealth machine, trying to get up there if he possibly can. Meanwhile, he's got cars coming up behind him. There's Chris Romano right behind him, taking a look, seeing if he can get up there somehow. But I'll tell you, it is Sean Hughes all over the back end of Robert Hissong's Mustang, trying to get up front as best as he possibly can. Howard Peoples is back there in 9th position right now. Excuse me, he's looking on the inside of the 77. That's that Quantum Motorsports car. That's Casey Gross. Trying to see if he can get up there. Trying to work the low side. He dips down way down low. Casey's very, very high on the corner. That gives Howard Peoples all kinds of room to move ahead, moving himself up into the 8th position. Again, 20 laps to go. Howard Peoples going to have to do a little bit of pedaling to get up there. There'll be a contention with Zachary King, because Zachary King and Jourdain White, who is right there behind him once again, they are driving away because they now have almost a full second over top of Douglas Gallus. Douglas Gallus is trying to see if he can catch up with these two guys, but I'll tell you, it's a little bit of a job. You can see in the rearview mirror, the car's right there behind him. That's Chris Winstone right on the back door. Then we have Robert Hissong, Sean Hughes, and then Chris Romano. Colter Clark in the 54. He's coming into the pit lane. Not quite sure what's going on with Colter Clark. I believe he came in a little bit earlier. Taking a look and see. Don't see him there on the track. He's down in the 16th position. I do not have a ticker for him. Zachary King has crashed, though. Zachary King has crashed. Let's take a look, see what happened to Zachary King. Let's see if I can get a good camera angle on this. He has Jordan Wright right on his back door. Looks like he came down a little bit, or Jordan came up. Not quite sure. That's all it took, though. Got into the back quarter panel. He was able to save it. He got it back straight again. Jordan White got by him. Just looks like a little bit of an overcorrection. He's going a little sideways. That's it. He corrected, then he overcorrected, then back and forth, back right into the wall. Oh, that's bad damage to that 51 Mustang of Zachary King. Everybody else looks like they went down low to be able to avoid the wreck. But I'll tell you, this is going to bunch everyone back up once again. Man, I'll tell you, that was a lot of tight racing between Jordan and Zachary. Lillian King saying, "Go, baby, go." And then all of a sudden she had to say, "Unreal." Wow. All right. Back up to live racing once again. We're going to get this thing all rehash, restate. I'll tell you what. Right now, Robert Hissong, Chris Romano, Howard Peoples, Casey Gross, Daniel Dunaway, Joseph Cunningham, Joseph Cohen, Thaddeus Friel, Jordan White, all these guys are all in the pit lane. That has cycled it through to Douglas Scallis. He is in the lead. Chris Winstone, 37 for second. Sean Hughes is in third. Corey Powell up in the 4th position. I'll tell you what. Zachary King's in the pits. Let's take a look, see if Zachary King can get some repairs done on that machine. He is still in the pits. He's been in there for, let's see, he's been in there for 14 seconds now. That's a regular pit stop. But he is in there getting repairs done, getting as many repairs done as he possibly can on that machine. If he can, get it fixed up. So that way it's ready to go when they come back around. Now, in order to stay on the lead lap, he needs to pull out of the pits before they go past the end of pit lane. Because the pits will close. When the cars go by the end of pit lane, the pits will close. That will lock and trap Zach King in the pit lane, and that will put him down 1 lap. So he needs to keep an eye out where these leaders are, which they are coming around turns 3 and 4 right now. Coming around turn 4. Just taking a look. Coming around turn 4 exit. So, Zachary King. Got to go back up. Zachary King, they're coming down towards the front straightaway. The lights are still on the pace car. Zachary King still sitting in the pits. So is Howard Peoples. Howard Peoples is still sitting in the pits. Okay, Howard Peoples, okay, Zach King. They're both coming out ahead of the pack before they get around the front of the pit lane. Let's take a look. They're just coming. There they are. They're just pulling out ahead of the pack as the pack is coming around the corner. So they just made it out by the skin of their teeth. I'll tell you what. Now they got to race around the track all the way around because the leader right now, the pace car's got the lights off on the pace car. They are going around the track one more time. They're in turn 2. Howard Peoples, Zachary King, they're going through turns 3 and 4 now. They should have lots of time to drive around the track to catch up to the back of the pack. They should be okay. The rest of the pack is doing real good coming down the back straightaway. They're all looking pretty good, 2 by 2 by 2. Excuse me. Zachary King, Howard Peoples, they're just coming out of turn 2. You can see them in the distance there. They're coming out of turn 2 to catch up to the back of the pack. There they are. We're going to go back up with Barney in the flag stand. I'll tell you, the leaders, the entire field is coming around turn 3 and 4. You can see them in the distance. We're up in the air a little bit. We're looking for planes flying by instead of cars driving by, but it is what it is. I will have it definitely corrected before the next race. We're probably going to give up on that cool little toy I got. All right, we are racing once again. Douglas Scallis is out in front. We've got a race going. He is moving out in front of Chris Winstone, taking the high side. He's got 15 laps to go. He's got to get it done right now. He's got to get his nose in the wind. He's got to get out there and try to drive away from Chris Winstone, Sean Hughes, Robert Hitson, Casey, Corey Powell, all these guys behind him. He's driving out of his rear window as much as he's driving out of the front windshield, looking to see where the guys are lining up behind him, so that way he can go down and block when he has to. He's trying to maintain the line across the top. He gets a little bit more momentum. There he is trying to go down low, trying to weave and bob, trying to get wherever he can get to block the 37 of Chris Winstone, if possible. 14 laps to go. I'll tell you, Douglas got some work to do. Meanwhile, back there in the 13th position, there's Howard Peoples. Howard Peoples is going to have to do some pedaling to get back up the front. Do not count Howard Peoples out. 13 laps to go. Man, I'll tell you, I've seen this man move up through the pack faster than that. So, but right now, Sean Hughes is fighting the best as he possibly can. He's up in second place. He wants to get right there on the back end of Douglas Callis and try to get by him if he possibly can. There he is catching up really fast. Sean Hughes in the purple Spark machine, the number 75. That's a good view right there. Take a look out the rear end. He's got the 37, Chris Winstone, but these guys are all starting to, oh, we got accident, go back in the back. We got accident back in the back. There, oh, that's Jordan White. Jordan White's involved in it. It looked like Howard Peoples is involved. The two's involved. All kinds of people. Corey Powell's involved. Let's go back, take a look, see what happened. Wow, let me tell you. Let's see if I can get a good camera angle. Let's bring up the drones. There's the 92 getting in the back of the 72. Let's run along. Gave him a little bit of a tap. Then the pit stop TV 54 might have came up a little bit. Looks like the 92 got spun around in front of the 54. That's the 92 going for a ride. The 54 is going for a ride. 92 spinning around in the middle of the track. There's the 2 coming into view. There's the 54 coming into view. He just hit the inside wall, I believe. All right, let's take a look at Howard Peoples. See what happened to Howard Peoples. Howard Peoples was driving along. It looked like he was minding his own business. There's the 92 going backwards. Howard Peoples seeing all the stuff going on in front of him, trying to avoid it as best as he possibly can. He cut down. He saw the 2 coming. He cut up a little bit. I think he might just be a single car spin. I think Howard might be okay, other than flat spotting the tires. Because it doesn't look like Howard ran into anyone. The 2's down there doing some spins and slides. But it looks like Howard Peoples might have been okay. Nobody ran into Howard. Okay, let's take a Michael Ravillo. Michael got into trouble. He's in the 2. Going to back this up just a hair. The 92 got in the way of 98. 98 went up to avoid him. That's what happened to Jordan White. Jordan White got hit by the 2. Jordan White was cruising along doing a real good job. He was in trouble. There's the 2. 2 sliding sideways. All right, back this up just a hair. I'm going to go to Jordan White. Let's take a look at his machine here as he got involved. He got tapped by the 2 with the rear quarter panel. Just enough to spin him. Jordan did a little bit of overcorrection, tried to overcorrect. Boom, into the wall. I don't know if that's enough to really hurt him bad or not. I'm not quite sure. He's into the wall a second time, just giving it a scrape. The wall may have saved him from spinning around totally. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. All right, we're going to go back up to live. Let's see how this thing's going to recycle, because we're going to go back up. Douglas Callis is still out in front. Sean Hughes in 75 second. Chris Winstone third. Robert Hitsong fourth. Chris Romano up in the 5th position. I'll tell you what. These guys are all getting ready to go. We got one more lap around the track. So far, we have had 91 laps out of 100, 5 caution laps for 5 cautions for 15 laps, with 10 lead changes. Alrighty, man, I'll tell you, these guys are putting on a show here today. They are definitely putting on a show. There's up the roof cam. We are running right there beside the Bully Dog coffee machine. We are looking good. Now, Douglas Gallus and Sean Hughes, they're fighting for the first position. Back and forth. We're going to see who's going to have the advantage as we take off of the start of the race. I'll tell you, it's going to be Sean Hughes against Douglas Gallus. Let's go see who's going to get the advantage as they put their foot into it and make these cars go fast, fast, fast. The 29, the 37, the 1, the 44, they're all sitting there waiting. 77, the 72. There's Howard Peoples. Again, don't count him out. Howard Peoples back there in 9th position, but do not count him out, especially on this restart. Gonna go back up with Barney. Barney's got the flag in the air. He's gonna drop it. Sean Hughes, Douglas Gallus, who's gonna get the jump. Flag in the air, here we go. Douglas Gallus got a good jump out to the front. Excuse me, Sean Hughes is still on the low side. The 29 is looking high. Then we have the 37 and the 44, Chris Romano. These guys are all back here, but it's the 29 taking away second spot from the 75. Douglas Gallus trying to weave and bob, trying to figure out where the best place to be. He's trying to do a little bit of blocking on the 29. He thinks the 29 might be a little bit faster. We're not sure. 9 laps to go. Coming around the spike. Here we go. They're getting into it. Douglas Gallus is doing his best as he possibly can to try to stay in front of the pack. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough to hold off Robert Hissong in the 29 as he looks high on the outside. Douglas staying low. The 75, Sean Hughes, is back there. He's not really in contention right now, just kind of riding along. Everybody else is back there, but don't count out Howard Peoples. Howard Peoples up to 6th spot. There is the 29. He's taking the lead away from Douglas Gallus. Douglas Gallus has faded back just a little bit into 2nd place. The 75, Sean Hughes on the high side, but there's Douglas trying to fight back a little bit. He's trying to get up there if he possibly can. Looking out the windshield, he's got the 29 in his sights, trying to catch up. He's got the 75 right on his back door. 75 right on the back end. Ooh, it's getting a little bit tight. 75's got a good run on the low side. They are up here fighting for position with 7 laps to go here at Michigan, 14 miles. They are counting it down. Looking at 3 wide. Chris Romano is going to go down on the very low side. Chris Romano is up here in contention now. He wants to get something happening. He wants to be up in the lead of this thing. There's Sean Hughes taking over 2nd place. But it is right now, Chris Romano, he is dropping into 3rd place, and he is moving forward. He's got that Chevrolet working just the way he wants to. Guess what? I got a roof cam. It's a Chevy. I can get up here and watch this. Man, I'll tell you, they are side by side. The 29 and the 75, side by side, door to door, trying to see if they can fight off each other, trying to move ahead if they possibly can. That is the 75, Sean Hughes. Sean Hughes taking a look. He has got ahead. Whoa, he got a spin. He got a spin. Oh, he got it under control, though. That's a heck of a wheeling job right there by the 75, Sean Hughes. Gonna go back that up just a hair. Let's take a quick look at that at the better camera angle. Man, I will tell you what. That was some good racing right there. Got into the back of the 75, spun him sideways on the turn 4. Got it straightened out, and away he went again. No problem at all. All right, back. We got 5 laps to go with a yellow one. Man, I'll tell you. Oh, the 29. Howard Peoples has crashed. Let's take a look. See what happened to Howard Peoples. Here we go. Looks like the 77, the Q. Quantum Sports. There, oh, there it is, too. Howard Peoples came up a little bit. The 77 was there. I don't know if Howard knew he was there or not. Got across the nose of the 77. Man, that's going for a heck of a slide down the track. Everybody going low, trying to avoid them. Man. I tell you, we were looking at Sean Hughes. And as soon as we got done looking at Sean Hughes, as soon as we went back to live racing, this happens. Wow. Wow. All righty. That brought out the caution. I'll tell you what, that does not bode well for the 29, 28 on your ticker. The Carolina Wheel Repair of Howard Peoples. Howard Peoples is down in the 13th spot there now. Wow. But guess what? It looks like Chris Romano is out in front of this thing. Let's take a look, see how this thing cycled through. Yes, it looks like Chris Romano is in the lead of this thing. Man, I'll tell you, Chris Romano was in that accident early on. He had a lot of problems. But I'll tell you what, we're getting into our first green-white checker. We've got 3 green-white checkers here tonight. We got 4 laps to go right now. We're obviously got about 3 laps to go right now. So we're obviously into our first green-white checker. So if Chris can hold them off for 2 laps, then it won't matter, because it'll be checker or wrecker once they catch the white flag. And if he can hold on for 1 more lap after that, he can take this thing home. But it's the AARN Cup Series. I'll tell you what, don't count anybody out. These guys can all wheel a car. These guys are all contenders. I'll tell you what, Chris Romano, Robert Hissong, Daniel Dunaway, Joe Conan, Corey Powell, Thaddeus Friel, Joseph Essenberg, Zachary King, Chris Winstone, and Sean Hughes. They are your top 10. Any one of these guys could cross the stripe ahead of everyone else. You don't count anyone out at all. Just don't do it, because I'll tell you, you'll be surprised. Jordan White's just coming out of the pits. He's in 11th spot. Howard Peoples is still in the pits. I'll tell you, it doesn't look good for Howard Peoples here tonight. Now, I'll tell you, I was telling you to keep an eye on him. Due to unforeseen circumstances, I don't think we need to keep an eye on him as much as we did before. But regardless, we're going to have a green-white checker. We've got 3 attempts at a green-white checker. So if they wreck before we catch the white flag, we'll try it again. So we have 3 attempts. This is the first attempt at the green-white checker. And I'll tell you, right along with Chris Romano, he is right there. Looks like he's going to take the high side. Looks like he's going to try his luck on the high side, the way it looks right now. We're going to have to wait and see if that's going to play out well for him. I mean, you do gain a lot of speed coming off the turn onto the straightaway, but in the turn, it's the low side that has the advantage, because it can get around the turn a little bit quicker than the high side can. But again, it's hard to say. It's very, very hard to say. But I'll tell you, the 44 machine is looking good. The 29's been looking good. The 72 and the 1, again, that is Daniel Dunaway in the 1. He's been kind of moving his way up into this thing at the end of the race as the laps count down. Now, Douglas Gallus, he's back in 13th spot. You can see him in the distance back there right now. So he's lost his front lead position that he had there for a while. Doing such a good job as well. But I'll tell you, Chris Romano and Robert Hissong, they are going to put on the show. We're going to have a little bit of a race going on. Watching as the laps count down. We're waiting for the pace car to go into the pits. Coming around turn 4 right there now. Pace car is pulling down. Pace car is going to pull off. We go back up with Barney in the flag stand. You see the cars coming in the distance. Got the flag in the air. Chris Romano, Robert Hissong out in front. The flag drops. Here we go. We're racing, getting across the stripe. Here's the 44 Sim Magic car. He's got the run. The 29 drops up high to get in behind the 44. Looking really good. Now, Chris Romano's going to go down low. Looks like the 29 is going to stay down. And now, possibly, no, well, I thought he was going to do a crossover, try for a crossover. He didn't do it. Chris Romano weaving and wobbling, trying to hold off. He's driving out of the rear window as much as he is the windshield. There's the 29 going to go down low. The 29 is going to have a little bit of advantage coming on, but the 44 should have a good run off the turn. I'm thinking, man, I'll tell you, the 44 is going to keep his foot into it, though, because the 29 has got a heck of a run on that low side. Final lap. It's wrecker or checker here, folks. The race is going to end one way or another. We are not stopping this race, but right now the 29 has got a heck of a lead over top of Chris Romano. Chris Romano trying to get on the back end of him, trying to move his way up there if he possibly can. We're waiting for them to get across the line. The two of them are racing savvy. Oh, Chris Romano dropped down low. He got down low. He got down into the inside. He's got his head. He's out in front. He's coming down for the straightaway. He's looking good. He's looking good. He sees the flag in hand. There he goes, Chris Romano for the win. Man, I'll tell you, that was some wheeling back there on the back straightaway into the corner three. Man, that was some good wheeling by Chris Romano. Robert Hillsong, I'll tell you, that was a hard-fought battle. I thought Robert was going to take it from Chris. Chris was able to fight back last minute, be able to get a good run. Wow. Wow. I'll tell you, that was a heck of a show at the end of this race. Chris Romano, Robert Hillsong, and then, of course, Joe Conan. Joe, he's been quiet all day long, and he was able to pull out third place. Then we had Daniel Dunaway and Zachary King for fifth. But here we go. Let's burn it down in the 44 Sim Magic car. I tell you, he had an accident early on. He was in a little bit of trouble, but he was able to get that thing fixed, work his way back up to the front, and make it happen. Man, I'll tell you, Chris Romano's done a really good job burning down those tires. He is one happy camper down there right now. He's got to be. Sitting there burning it up. That 44 Sim Magic Revolution Racing. I'll tell you, it is an awesome thing to see. Him down there just having fun with it. That is a good looking machine. Burn it down, Chris. You deserve it, my friend. That heavy Chevy is looking really good out there today. Man, one happy camper. Thaddeus Fastius, great comeback, great win, Chris. Lillian King, great driving, great broadcasting as usual. Thank you, Lillian. P5 Son, great comeback after the wreck. Yes, it was. Zachary King did a really good job coming back in the fifth position. I'll tell you what, this is some good racing here with the AARN Cup Series. Again, Pit Stop TV usually does all the broadcasting on Sunday morning. Be sure to watch Pit Stop TV every Sunday morning. Sometimes he wants to get out of a race, so they call me in to kind of cover for him, which I don't mind at all. Also, they are the supplier for the Whiplash Sim Cams. Again, wasn't Whiplash Sim Cams today. It was all me. Well, it was actually the Fords and the Toyotas that were causing all the problems today. Other than that, we're going to take a quick look and show you what was going on. We had Zachary King. No, that's qualifying. I apologize. Here we go. Let's change that around. Race results. Chris Romano, 7 laps led, and that's where he wanted to be at the end of the race. Robert Hillsong, second place in the 29. Joe Conan in third. Daniel Dunaway, fourth. Zachary King, fifth. Sean Hughes, sixth. Thaddeus Friel, seventh. Corey Powell, eighth. Casey Gross, ninth. And Jordan White, 10th spot. We were at Michigan International Speedway, 101 laps. We had 12 lead changes with 8 different leaders. We had 6 cautions for 18 laps total. The hard charger was Joe Conan. He came up 16 spots to capture the third place at the end of the race. Most laps led Zachary King, 57 laps. The fastest lap, Zachary King, 37.981. And the pole position, again, Zachary King. But it was Chris Romano that brought everything home at the end of this race. I will tell you what, it's been a heck of a show. Let's see if we can grab on to a few of the guys down here in the chat. We're going to see if we can grab onto them. Let's see who's down here. Nobody's down here yet. We're going to try to see if we can find Joe Conan. See if we can find him in the chat area. Looking for him. Don't see him as of yet. Oh, there he is. I see Joseph. See if I can drag him down. Hey, Joe, it's Art up in the booth. You got a copy, my friend?
Yeah, how's it going, Art?
Not too bad, man. I'll tell you what, you stuck it in there a little bit. You brought home third place.
Yeah, I did. Finally, a decent finish in one of these series.
Well, I'll tell you, I was keeping an eye on you a little bit during the race here, off and on, but you weren't up at the front for most of the race. But I'll tell you what, you just kind of snuck in there at the last minute there, work your way up, and I believe you were the hard charger of the race. I believe you came up, actually, just taking a quick look, you came up 16 positions.
Wow, we definitely started in the back. I was just managing runs and trying to stay in the clean air, keep it clean, and yeah, strategy brought us up there at the end. Just had to hold off some of the big dogs.
Well, I'll tell you, you were up there contending with a lot of the really fast chargers, but you brought it home, man. You brought home third place, and good on you. You did a really good job weaving and bobbing your way through the crowd.
Hey, thanks, man. It was definitely a fun one.
Right on. You get anything for any of your friends or sponsors before I let you go?
Just my teammates. We're just out here trying to get her done.
Right on. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to see you next week at Daytona. That should be a lot of fun. 100 laps at Daytona. So get ready for some draft racing.
Oh, yeah, that'll be anybody's race, man. But yeah, be glad to be there. We'll see you then.
All righty. I'll put you back down there in Great Lakes Racing. So you have a good week, and we'll see you next week.
All right, thanks, Art. Have a good one.
All righty. Well, that was Joe Conn. He was your third place driver. Now I'll tell you what, we're going to go grab on to Robert Hisson. Hey, Robert, it's right up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
I'll tell you, man, you were right there. I'll tell you, you and Chris were beating and banging there, trying to see what you could do. I thought you were going to take it away from him there. You looked like you had it. And then I'll tell you, walk us through those last few laps, man, because it was wild.
Yeah, it was definitely wild to say the least. I want to give an apology out to 75 of Sean. He got loose into 3, and I gave just a little bit of slight contact, which sent him around there. And at the last restart, I had to start on the bottom of Chris, and I was able to get by him on the front stretch coming to the white. And going into 3, I should have kept it a little higher. I should have arced it way up and then cut way down. I could have probably crossed him over, but he gave me just enough of a nudge to make me have to lift out of it. And yeah, that's all she wrote. And it is a bummer. It's my home track, one of my favorite tracks to race at, so I expect to finish, up near the front, if not win, every time I come here, because this is my best racetrack, and I just a little dejected, to say the least.
Well, I'll tell you though, you were up in the pack all race long. I mean, I was watching you constantly for the entire race, pretty much, just kind of keeping an eye because you fade back a little bit, you go back in the pack, but then you come right back up to the front, and then you fade back, and then you're right back up in the front again. So at the end, I'll tell you, it was something to watch between you and Chris. It was getting pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where I've raced around these guys all season, and I know which ones are going to burn their tires up, and seeing them drive hard, and some of these guys were downshifting, and downshifting here at Michigan just is not good for your tires. It'll burn them up real fast. So 5th gear, high line, or right there, 1 lane off the bottom, that seam there, put your left side tires on it and rip it. And it works for me, it works for other people, but for some reason, I don't know, maybe it's the combination of my driving style and the settings I run, but I excel at this track more than I do at certain other tracks. Like, I run good here and I run good at Auto Club, so Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you again. It was a lot of fun to watch you here today. Now, being the 2 mile track here in Michigan, that's going to set you up for Daytona next week because you got 2.5 at Daytona. You have a little bit of drafting going on here at Michigan with the 2 mile track, but you're definitely going to be in the draft next week at Daytona. What do you think about going to Daytona, moving ahead? Second place win here tonight. Second place finish, I should say. So so that's going to set you up pretty good, I think, for Daytona. What do you think?
Well, I think I'm currently out of the playoff picture as far as points wise, so I'm just gonna go out and I'm gonna try and do what I did today and get me a win. I just came up a little short. Chris gave me a little shot there going into the final corner, and that you can't do at Daytona. So, but we're gonna be super aggressive going into Daytona next week. Um, I had to take some time off due to some family issues, and I missed last week because I was dog sitting and I had to take the dog back downstate. So
Mhm.
I was not able to make New Hampshire last week. So we're gonna come at them pretty aggressive next week and try and get a win.
Well, that's all you can do, man. I tell you, Daytona, it's there's a little bit of finesse to Daytona, but there's also like you got to go for it as well. And if you're brave enough to take the third line down the middle or on the outside, I'll tell you that plays into it a lot of times as well. So, Daytona, they call it a crapshoot. A lot of guys do, but if you can run the draft and you can see the wind, as they say, Dale used to say that all the time. You can see the draft, you're going to do really well down there. I bet you any money you will.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's you got to have a dancing partner and someone you can trust pushing wise because um I've ran a Ford for quite some time. Main reason is because the flatter nose, so I could push better. My my concern for next week is having somebody behind me like a Chevy that's pushing real hard and they
Mm-hmm.
get off center. It's gonna turn you regardless, no matter what. So just got to be careful of that and who's around you. Um, but other than that, yeah, there's a few people that ain't gonna be getting any favors next week. I will say that.
Not a problem. All right, man.
Not gonna mention any names, but a guy 10 laps down, racing the leaders is kind of
Yeah, I seen
ridiculous.
that. I forget who it was, but I definitely made note of that as well a little bit earlier in the race as well. So, yes, indeed, that does happen though. Some guys say, "Well, I'm out of it, but I'm still racing." So, it is what it is.
Oh, it's fine to race, but you got leaders battling. You
Yes,
should be courteous enough to let them go and then fall in line and see where you know, line up and fall in.
right on. Well, on that note, you got anything to say to any of your friends or sponsors back home before I let you go?
Well, I'd like to thank Stealth Arms for allowing me to put their business on my car, and Bully Dog Coffee and Doug Scalus for putting this on, and thank you for broadcasting.
Alrighty. Well,
And my old lady for tolerating my bullshit.
alrighty, Robert. Well, have a good luck at Daytona. I won't be broadcasting. It'll be Pit Stop TV once again, but I'll tell you what, it should be a lot of fun for you out there at Daytona. Have a good run, my friend.
Thank you, sir.
Alrighty. That was Robert Hissong in second place. Now we're going to grab on to the winner of this thing. That would be Mr. Chris Romano. Chris, you got a copy? It's aired up here in the booth.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Oh man, I'll tell you, not as good as you. That was a heck of a run there at the end of it. I'll tell you, man. I didn't know. I thought I watched you and I said, all you gotta do is hold on. And then Robert went flying by and I said, oh man, that gotta suck. And then all of a sudden, like a little bump and run, whatever the case may be, and away you go. Like like one turn to go and you take back into the lead. Awesome. Walk us through that last couple laps.
Yeah, as you said, I was lap down and had to fight back, and I pitted. I think it was about 9 to go, 10 to go, and took some tires. And I saw Robert did the same thing, so I had a feeling that it was gonna be me and him at the end, just the way tires are falling off and having fresher rubber under us. So I feel like he had the car to beat today. I knew I had to try something. I don't really like laying on people to win or pass, but I don't know. I just was laying into his bumper on the back stretch and just trying to get him a little unsettled, and I was able to do it. And then, I mean, I was able to get by him, and he tried to side draft me, and I came up a little bit, which gave him a little shot. So sorry to him about that, but it was a awesome win. I did not expect to win this today, so I'm very happy, like you said.
I'll tell you, and you were involved in that wreck earlier there. Like you had a lot of or a fair amount of damage, I thought. With no fast repairs, you had your bodyman and mechanics working away, beating and banging on
Yeah.
that car to get her fixed back up again, get you back out, and bring home the win. I'll tell you, good job by your pit crew, without a doubt.
Absolutely. I had like a minute of damage, and it just turned out that I finished my damage right when I went a lap down, under caution. So
Okay.
that's why I stuck a lap down, and the caution just didn't come out after that. I was just sitting there hoping. My teammate Sean, he's in front of the leaders. I'm like, you better stay in front of them. You better not go a lap down. So, and just me and him lucked out. He finished sixth, I think, and I got first, and that caution helped us both out. He's able to catch up to the pack. I got my lap back, and the few cautions after that definitely helped us too. So
Yeah,
it's a good race for us.
Yeah, Sean Hughes in the 75. He was in sixth place at the end of the race there. I was actually calling that because I was saying that you would be the first car for the lucky dog should the caution come out, and then I was calling it that Sean was right there, so Sean will be the lucky dog. So Sean's pedaling as fast as he can to stay ahead of the leaders, and you're sitting back there cursing me because I don't want to lose my lucky dog, and so yeah, it all worked out for you in the end. I'll tell you what.
That caution was definitely, we got lucky with that one as a team. So.
Right on. Well, all right. So you're going to Daytona next week. You get a win here today. You had a little bit of drafting to do here at Michigan. You're definitely going to have to do some drafting at Daytona. What do you think about going into Daytona next week?
I feel good. I'm not really a big restrictor plate guy, so I just try to keep my nose clean. Usually hang in the back, let all the chaos happen. I try to make a push at the end. It's been working out for me. As a team, I know me, Sean, and Greg, we all run really good there. We run really good together, so I'm looking forward to that, and I expect us three to be up there for sure.
Right. I got a buddy of mine in the SRU league there, and I learned from him because he always drives around at the back of the pack until about 3/4 of the race is done, and then he kind of works his way to the front. And I've taken that on as kind of the way that I race. And I'll tell you, it kind of works sometimes. It doesn't always work because you might get caught up in something back there. But I'll tell you, if you can hang on, if you get a fast car and then work your way forward at the end, it works out really well, especially at Daytona, as long as you do not lose the draft.
Definitely, that's the trick. And my teammate in another league, John Shield, shout out to him. He's the one who taught me that whole thing. And I used to be like just going up there trying to get up the front the entire time, and then I saw him hang in the back, and he sort of forced me to do it one race, and after that, that's what I've been doing ever since. So.
Yeah, I think we might be letting secrets out of the bag a little bit here, but anyway,
everyone's gonna be hanging in the back now.
Yeah. Everybody's fighting for the front. No, I want to fight for the back spot. Oh, that's where I want to be. Anyway, all right, my friends. So you got anything for your sponsors or friends back home before I let you go?
Yeah, shout out to you for the broadcast. Thank you. It's awesome every time, and appreciate that. It's always fun watching it back. Shout out to AARN, all the Doug and all the admins and everyone that runs the league. Shout out to Robert. It was fun racing with him, and shout out to my team, Revolution Racing, Sean and Greg. Greg runs really good here in Michigan, and he got caught up in something which stinks, but hopefully next week we all can make a push to the front. Right
on. And lucky you get to drive a Chevrolet today, because I'll tell you, partway through the race, I lost my Ford cameras, and I lost my some of my Toyota cameras, my roof cams, my side body cameras and whatnot. I had a little glitch with my system, but the Chevrolets had no problems at all. Imagine that. So there you go. You had no problem at all getting to the front of the pack and winning this thing. So it's Chevrolet Day today. It's a Chevrolet Day today. All right, man. You have a good week, and we'll see you in one of the other leagues, as well as have a good race next week at Daytona. It would be Pit Stop TV doing the broadcast.
Sounds good. Thank you, sir.
All righty. We'll talk to you soon.
Yep.
That was Chris Romano. I'll tell you what, we had a lot of fun out here at Michigan. But right now, Pirate Broadcast is going to set sail. I've got 3 races to do today. This is the first of 3. I've got to make my way to the Iowa cornfields next. But I'll tell you, this has been a lot of fun. AARN Cup Series, Sunday morning. Again, usually covered by Pit Stop TV, Whiplash Sim Cams. Be sure to watch Pit Stop TV next week, next Sunday morning, same time, same channel. Well, not same channel. same AARN league. There you go. Next Sunday morning, 10 a.m. I'm out of here. We're setting sail. You all have a great week. We'll see you all soon on a racetrack somewhere.